It's October, the perfect month to shut the windows, turn off the lights, and forget about humanity for a while. Well, okay, that's every day, but I hear you all saying, but Flames, we can't afford to buy a bunch of new games. So I've got a list of my 10 favorite free horror games available for everyone to play. I'll include links down below for each game, and they are listed from my least favorite to my top favorite, and everything's of course my opinion. So let's check in on number 10. So it's got an interesting mechanic. Eyes actually sets you on a course to steal as much gold as possible, but if it wouldn't be on this list if it wasn't for something chasing you throughout the levels. What makes this game stand out is the fact that you can find marks on the wall which allow you to see through the eyes of the monster, letting you know where they are in relation to you and how you can avoid them. It's available on iOS and Android stores if you'd like to give it a try on your phone, and I'm also going to include a link to the Game Jolt page down below. Sara is Missing is an interesting game because it tells you the story solely through Sara's found cell phone, using the phone's messages, images, videos, as well as the Siri-like AI named Iris, and I see what you guys do there flipping it backwards. You'll uncover what happened to Sara while chatting with her friends and looking at some pretty disturbing images. I've played this recently on my channel, so go check out that video if you see a walkthrough on how it's played, or download it yourself at the link below. And you can actually find it on the App Store and Google Play Store if you want to play it as a augmented reality type game, trying to actually pretend you found her phone. I'm Scared is a pixelated first-person horror game where you pretty much are the main character. The game does attempt to scare you with creepy sounds and terrifying views, but the main draw to it is the fact that it actually creates files on your computer, meaning you have to use the real world to complete the game, and there's really nothing creepier than the real world. It's got a fully fleshed out storyline with an unsettling disembodied face that haunts you throughout the entire game, and it's really unnerving and it will definitely keep you on your toes. Boy, I hope you like jump scares because this game is chock full of them. The House 2 is a point-and-click style puzzle game, and I put puzzles in quotation marks. If you could see what I'm doing right now, I'm doing air quotes, because the puzzles aren't really so much puzzles as much as it's more you click on the same thing 14 times, wonder why the toilet's not changing, click it once more, and the ghost pops out type of puzzle. The story's kind of lacking, but the music and graphics are really nice for a free point-and-click style game, and the scares really do get you even if you are kind of expecting it. I give this a play if you just want to be scared and not really care about characters or plot lines. The first chapter in the Bendy the Ink Machine series is available for free over at Game Jolt, and I really recommend giving this a try. You ever sat on your couch before and thought, what if Mickey Mouse and Satan had a love child made out of ink? Really? No? Oh, me neither, of course. But anyway, this game tells you the story of Bendy, who's an adorable cartoon mascot who's kind of become the icon for a bizarre demon-worshipping cult, as all good mascots do. As a former employee of the company who designed Bendy, you try to uncover the secrets behind this cult and attempt to repair the ink machine. Only the first chapter is actually free on Game Jolt, but it's enough to get your feet wet and see if you'd like to play the series further. Oh, look at the little pumpkin cutout, and a little coffee cup, and the fleshy amorphic blob. Wait, what? Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion, formerly known as Spooky's House of Jumpscares, actually starts as an adorable little run-through as cardboard cutouts pop out from the wall with a little boop sound, and then you start to run for your life as you are chased by giant worms, green floating aliens, and massive walls of corpses, all through a little girl's reality-bending house. This all concludes in a fight with a giant demon, only armed with an axe. And for what? Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but give it a try yourself over on Steam. I'll include the link shortcut right down there. Do you look at Tattletale and think, that game looks interesting, but really don't want to shell out the money for it? What about Freddys Freddy's time system, but you're kind of tired of the point-and-click and jump-scare gameplay? Why don't you give Night Blitz a try then? You play as a child trying to keep their family safe from the attacks of the Night Blights, little gremlin creatures that patrol the house at night, and you have to go around the house and attempt to keep them out. Make sure your doors are closed and your flashlights charged, as they will not stop until it's sunrise. It's free over at Game Jolt, links down below. This game, seriously, this game. This is what I had in mind as soon as I started this list. I absolutely love Cry of Fear, and it's amazing. It's got a decent storyline that touches on depression, guilt, and general anger, terrifying enemies, and a good scarcity of ammo. It really builds the tension up with great sound design, and next thing you know, there's a little girl who's stabbing you in the face with a knife. and sometimes it can be overly difficult as some enemies may seem to be invincible or completely overpowered, but the story of Simon and his life in Sweden really makes it all worthwhile. Originally this game was a free mod for Half-Life and required it, and it really does show also in the graphics departments. It's very old looking, but the gameplay is very solid. But they actually have released it on Steam as a standalone version for the low price of free. I definitely recommend this one. Alright, I didn't want to include any Five Nights at Freddy's knockoffs, fan games, rip-offs, whatever you want to call them. But One Night of Flumpty's is actually stands out as its own game. It's got a very cutesy hand-drawn art style, but a huge shift in turn once you start to lose control of the entire situation. And they are a great homage to the playstyle of Five Nights at Freddy's, but they really do carry their own weight as a horror game with an absolutely bizarre, adorable, terrifying presentation. This is one of the greatest mods I have ever played, and I firmly believe it deserves the #1 spot. It all starts with a car crash in the woods and a trip into a house, which is presumably full of nightmares. You'll go through a journey of terror, wondering how much of it is real and how much of it is a dream. The first part of the house is a recreation of the original Nightmare House 1. Once that's completed though, you awaken in an asylum, trying to escape by any means necessary. You'll end up working with a SWAT team, cooperate with one of the mental ward doctors, and able to develop a fear of mannequins throughout the game as you uncover the story behind the asylum and the terrifying ghost Emily which plagues you. The game originally required you to own Half-Life 2, but with the 2015 update, that requirement has been removed and you can find it over at ModDB. I'll include the link down below for that. Alright everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this countdown of my favorite free horror games. Seriously, give them a try, you've got nothing to lose at this point. Remember, as always, to leave a comment down below on what you think is your favorite horror game and what you thought of the video. Make sure to subscribe, join the bonfire, and keep up to date with my new releases, and remember to burn bright everyone. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.